Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're getting into something that seems small but is actually a huge deal for anyone working with virtual machines, VirtualBox networking. It's one of those settings that's super easy to just click past, but getting it right is, well, it's absolutely key.
Think about it for a second. One little misconfiguration there, and you could accidentally expose your entire test environment. You could even create a brand new way for an attacker to get in. So yeah, choosing the right network mode isn't just about getting online. It is 100% about security.
So, let's really dig into why this one setting packs such a punch. We're going to break down how it helps you keep your virtual labs under control, totally isolated, and safe without accidentally opening up a new security hole. And this right here is the heart of the matter. The mode you pick literally defines the borders of your VM's world. Are you building a safe place to code or a sealed lab to poke at some malware? This setting is what draws those lines.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the modes that actually connect your virtual machine to the big, wide internet. These are going to be your go-to options anytime your VM needs to, download updates, surf the web, or grab anything from an outside source.
So we have to start with NAT. It's the default in VirtualBox, and honestly for good reason. For most basic stuff where you just need to get online, it's simple, it's effective, and it's pretty secure right out of the box.
And here's the most important thing to get about NAT. Think of it like a one-way street. Your VM can go out to the internet all at once, but nothing on your local network can see it or try to start a conversation with it. It gives you this great, instant layer of privacy.
Right, and that brings up the #1 question people have about NAT mode. If it's a one-way street, what do you do when you actually need to connect into your VM? Say you're running a web server on it or you need to SSH in to manage it. How does that work?
Well, the answer is something called port forwarding. What you're doing here is basically creating a tiny specific tunnel. You tell your main computer, hey, any traffic that comes to my port 2222, I want you to send it straight over to the VM's port 22. It's how you let very specific traffic in without tearing down the walls.
But, standard NAT has a limitation. If you spin up two VMs in NAT mode, they can't see each other at all. Each one is living in its own little isolated bubble. So, what if you need them to work together? Well, for that, you've got to graduate from regular NAT to something called a NAT network. The best way to think about NAT network is that you're creating a little private Wi-Fi network just for your VMs. They can all talk to each other, they can pass files back and forth, but they all share one single, secure pipeline to the internet through your main computer. It's absolutely perfect for building a complex lab with multiple machines.
All right, now let's switch gears to a completely different approach. This is the bridged adapter. Instead of hiding your VM, this mode does the exact opposite. It puts your virtual machine right on your actual home or office network. It's not hiding behind your computer anymore. It becomes a first-class citizen on your network.
And what that means is your router gives it its very own IP address, just like it does for your phone or your smart TV. So if your laptop is 192.168.1.50, your VM might pop up as 192.168.1.120. Every other device on your network can see it and talk to it directly.
But what if you don't want any internet at all? What if your whole goal is to create a sealed environment for secure testing? Well, that's where we get into a whole other category of modes, the isolated ones. First up is the host-only adapter. This creates a tiny, private, completely offline network. The only members are your main computer, the host, and your virtual machines. That's it. No router, no internet. Just a self-contained little digital bubble for you and your VMs to work in.
So in this little world, everybody can talk to everybody. Your main computer can ping the VMs can ping each other, and they can all talk back to the host. It's a very collaborative space that is completely and totally sealed off from the outside world.
But what if you need the highest level of isolation possible? What if even having your main computer on that private network is too risky? Well, to achieve that, you take it one step further with the internal network. And this mode basically kicks your host computer right out of the conversation.
This is the ultimate sandbox, the final lockdown. With an internal network, only the virtual machines on that network can talk to each other. Your main computer, the host, is totally blind to them. They can't see them, can't touch them. This is what you use for serious malware analysis, when you need zero chance of cross-contamination.
Okay, wow, that is a lot of options, right? So how in the world do you choose the right one for what you're trying to do? Let's make it easy and put them all head to head so you can see the difference really clearly.
Just look at this table. It lays out the trade-offs perfectly. You can literally see the whole spectrum here. On one end, you've got bridged mode, super low isolation, but it can talk to everything. And on the complete opposite end, you have internal mode, maximum, total isolation, but with zero connection to the outside.
You know, there's actually a much simpler and I think better way to think about all this. Instead of trying to memorize all the technical rules, just think of each network mode as having its own unique personality.
So, the next time you're firing up a new VM, don't just go with the default. Stop and ask yourself, what's the job of this machine? What's its purpose? What kind of personality does it need to have?
Is your VM a social butterfly that needs to talk to everybody on the network? Then it's bridged. Or is it more of a secret bunker for top-secret experiments? That's internal network. Maybe it's a family group chat just for you and your VMs. Or maybe it just wants to be left alone to browse the web.
Because when you stop and match the network's personality to the project's mission, this simple setting becomes this incredibly powerful tool for security and for getting things done right. It ensures your lab isn't just working, it's working safely and under your control. So what does your next project really need?